Hi everybody, today we're going to be going through our top tips for cleaning your Tesla Cybertruck. If you've just gotten a Cybertruck, congratulations and welcome to the family. If you've had one for a little while and are thinking about the best ways to clean it, what I will tell you is ignore everything you've read online about bar creeper's friend and Windex and ceramic coatings and all this other nonsense. The Cybertruck is actually the easiest vehicle to clean I've ever owned in over 30 years, and I'm going to show you why today. So why don't we go ahead and get started. So as you can see here, what we've got is a very dirty Cybertruck, or most of it's quite dirty. Kind of pan over here to the side. You can see we are covered with all kinds of film and salt and dirt. This is about 8 weeks of New Jersey roads. And you can see we've pretty much got everything on here. Times it was snowing, times it was raining. We had salt sprayed on the roads. And these doors, the whole side here is actually quite filthy. I'm going to show you how in just a few minutes with one product you can get this Cybertruck going from this to looking much nicer and shinier, because I already did this side before, to looking like this. And that's it, one product. And what you'll see is it doesn't change the color of anything. Panels will still look exactly the same as they did when you first picked up your truck. And the nice thing about this is you don't have to worry at all about scratches, marks, and all kinds of things like that happen with painted finishes. And as you can see from a little bit of hazing here on the back, I left the product on a little too long and I need to do another light coat. So we'll get back to that in a minute. So let's get back to that first side that looks, well, it looks pretty nasty. And so this is it. This is the mess. And what we will be using today is Spray-Away ammonia-free glass cleaner. You can buy it in many stores, Target, Walmart. I'm sure lots of other places have it. I typically buy it by the case on Amazon. One can will take you through 1 or 2 cleanings, maybe 3, depending on how dirty your truck is. We'll see today it's actually quite dirty, so we'll be using a little more product than usual. But in spring and summer here in New Jersey, I can get through with one light coat and I can get 4 or 5 cleans out of a single can. With this kind of mess here we've got on the winter, it's going to take probably a little more product to get through. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. So first we just standard shake the can up, shake, and then it's just point and spray and shoot. So I'll zoom out a little bit here and we'll just apply it on, and don't worry about getting it on the windows, getting it on the trim. To be honest, it really doesn't matter. I ignore, again, what some of the detailers, online detailers will show you, or YouTube detailers will show you about you how to use 17 different products and 14 different ways and special combinations. Thing I will note is make sure you do get a little extra on the bottom here, because this sill, even if you do have the kind of mud guards down there, the bottom sill does get exceptionally dirty. What I recommend is kind of working on one panel at a time. So you kind of spray it on, let it sit for a minute or so, and then just get started wiping. So instead of letting you watch it sit for a minute, I'm just going to stop here, pick up some rags, and then we'll pick this back up. Okay, so that's been about a minute, and we're going to get started here again and pick this back up. So what we've got are 2 Costco microfiber rags, 1 and 2. We use 1 to just quickly wipe down and pick up all the dirt and grime and salt and everything else that's on this panel. Make sure you kind of flip it over often enough, so you see it will pick up a lot. Some people ask, well, shouldn't you wash this down first? You can, but what I find is in a quick 15 minutes, if I'm in a rush, I can actually clean off the whole car. And you can see the junk it's just picking up right there. And because it's stainless steel, I'm not at all concerned about micro scratches and things like that you would have on a painted surface, because, well, it just doesn't happen. You don't get those things. One thing I will note is while you're here, make sure you kind of clean off your cameras, particularly if you're out there using FSD. You want to keep those cameras clean. And then just do another quick pass here as you go. And you'll see product dries off pretty quickly. And that's the difference. So we'll put rag 1 down to the side there on our can. Go over here, pick up rag 2, which is our dry clean one. You see, I don't even bother removing the tags, and then just do another quick wipe. Ideally, you do this before the product dries, but it's a relatively cool day here in New Jersey, and it's very dry. So what's happening is this is kind of drying a little faster than it normally does at other times of year, which means I gotta rub the surface a little bit more to kind of keep it from hazing and getting streaks. But yeah, you kind of keep with it. And the nice thing is, even if you do end up getting some hazing and streaks, which you can see we've got a little bit here on the panel, you can either go back and just quickly apply second light coat. Then I don't even let the second coat sit. I just immediately go wipe it down. So you can work on it when it's dry. And again, this ends up being the easiest car to clean I've ever seen, or vehicle or truck, however you choose to refer to it. And then as you kind of work the side here, you'll see we're kind of lifting off those streaks left by a little too much dirt on the rag. And it's kind of drying almost immediately. So that's it. That's what we started with. And you can see that's still quite the mess. And here's what we've ended with in just a couple of minutes. There's literally nothing else to do. If you get a little bit on the windows, it's fine. It's window cleaner. You get a little bit on the trim, also fine. Doesn't matter. Haven't tried cleaning the wheel covers yet because I just got those a couple days ago from the service center. But as you can see, that's it. One quick pass, actually second quick pass to get off a little bit of the markings. But it makes a pretty massive difference. And we can go around and do the rest of the car this way, and we will. And then I'll do that off camera. And then at the end of the video, I'll show you kind of how this ended up. And you can see here I had already done a pass to the front of the truck and the other side, which I still had a few streaks on. But that's the difference that you'll see. It's pretty quick, it's pretty profound, and it's a super easy product to use. So let me just go ahead and I'll do this other kind of panel in that rear sail panel. And then we'll kind of take a look at the end and show you how it turned out. Well, there we go. That is our newly cleaned off. I wouldn't consider it detailed, but in terms of a quick clean, I'd say that's pretty awesome. We've just kind of done the quick spray and wipe on this whole side, which, as you recall before, looked pretty filthy. One of the other questions I'm sure we'll get is around fingerprints. What happens to fingerprints? Do you get fingerprints? The answer is not so much. We can take a look here, and you don't really see fingerprints because, well, I guess if they were there, they just got wiped off. The other thing I've noticed with Sprayway is it helps prevent fingerprints. So if you were getting fingerprints before, and you can just do a quick 1-minute spray with this. They also have a wipe product. By the way, this is not sponsored. Not getting paid by Sprayway. Just happened to find a useful product and thought I'd share the information with the community. However, if you work at Sprayway and want to throw some free product my way, I'm happy to use it because I do use it quite regularly. And that's it. So that's now a relatively clean Cybertruck. We didn't get all the wheel trim, as you can see. Didn't clean the wheel covers, but we did clean front end earlier on the other side, as I had showed you. And that's pretty good for a few minutes on a winter day. I'll walk around here and you can see it looks presentable. It's definitely roadworthy. We're getting more rain and snow here in a few days in New Jersey, so it's going to get filthy yet again. But in the meantime, for the moment, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So just make sure you got your clean microfiber cloths. If they start getting a little dirty, you keep turning them over, and once they fill up with junk, kind of like I'll show you this one here, once they kind of get to this point, you don't want to be using them anymore, because what this is going to do is leave streaks all over your finish here on the side. So once you start picking up a little too much dirt in them, it's a good idea to toss them aside, throw them in the washer, or just, frankly, these Costco microfibers are cheap enough where you can just get rid of them. If you also care enough, and I don't at the moment, you can go through and wipe down all the trim. Like I said, it's going to rain and snow here again in a couple of days. Maybe wipe down the wheel covers. I suspect this will work out just fine here on the wheel cover. Still got enough product here. We can just wipe that down. I'd say that's almost looks better than when I took delivery 6 months ago. I should mention this truck's parked outside all the time, year round. So I can squeeze it in my garage, which is a bit of a mess, but it's super tight widthwise and super tight lengthwise. I have to touch my back wall to park it. So not exactly fun. And unless it's super sub-freezing, I don't do it. So it sits outside, and it looks like it sits outside, and it gets a little dirty. It's a truck, it'll survive. And that's it. So just make sure when you're done, if you've finished up your can, that you do the appropriate thing with it and you toss it in the recycling. So this is the foaming version, and it is ammonia free. So you do want to be careful not to use ammonia-based products on your finish, because then you can run into the risk of having to worry about balancing acids and bases and starting to tarnish your finish or have it get discolored. So when we're done, just kind of toss that in the old recycling bucket and call it a day. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Don't make any money on this stuff. So I'll also leave my Tesla referral link in the comments or in the description section. So if you happen to be looking for a new Tesla, or you know somebody who is and you're looking for a referral code to use, I would appreciate if you use mine. I can hopefully use it to buy some tchotchkes for the kids, because there's always lots of neat t-shirts and stuff on there. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.